Drafting with Numot is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com and GatheringMagic.com. Explore the game.
Oh my gosh, everybody, it is finally here. Battle for Zendikar is online for us to play. These are the pre-release events, though, which means they are a little bit more expensive to enter, and the prize payout is a little bit worse than release. So by the time you guys see this, it'll be release event time, but just for future reference, I do not advise playing in the pre-release events unless you really need to play. But just for you guys, I'm going to join a Battle for Zendikar draft. You only can play Swiss drafts during pre-release, so no 8-4s or anything like that. But let's join the queue and get hyped about playing some Battle for Zendikar. We'll see you guys back in a minute. Alrighty, draft is a go, and we get a beautiful look at some of the lovely cards from Battle for Zendikar. No sweet rare for us. Well, it's kind of sweet actually, but it's not exactly the balmy rare you're looking for. Nissa's Renewal, 1 green, 5. Search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. You gain 7 life. If you're going to play the landfall deck, that card is definitely kind of cool. Tide Caller is very good. Rising Miasma is very solid as well. Royal Spout Suite, Evolving Wilds, Natural Connection, Oran-Rief Invoker, Silent Skimmer. What am I looking at here? I think because this is a new format and a lot of the cards have not been played very much. I'm willing to take cards that are probably worse just to be able to try and play them out. I'm going to take the Nissa's Renewal here and see if we can build a sweet landfall deck. This might be a mulligan of a pick, but we'll see. Alright, follow that up with... Okay, sweet pack as well. Carrier Thrall, Marasa Ranger, Resolute Blademaster, some other decent cards. I think the most powerful card here is definitely the Resolute Blademaster. In fact, we could try to build the ally deck. I just finished up a stream about 5 minutes ago, and I was just mentioning that I've never played the ally deck before, but if you're able to move in early and you get fixing plus some of the sweet allies like this Blademaster, you can really get it to work. So I think I'm going to take this Blademaster here and see if we can have some fun. Again, this is Swiss. The format is very young. I think it's worth taking some risks, trying out some sweet cards. This Renewal can help fix. You don't have to just find forests with this, luckily. Well, we do have an ally in this pack, but I think the Eldrazi Devoid cards are a little bit better. But that being said, I'm already all in on the ally plan, so let's try that. Passing a Herald of Kozilek here, which is just very good. 3 mana for a 2/4 is perfectly fine on its own. Colorless spells you cast cost 1 less. Well, that means all of your Devoid cards, like this Nettle Drone, are going to cost 1 less to cast. Another Evolving Wilds in the pack. We do want to watch out for fixing, but I'm going to go ahead and take this Chasm guide here. It's an ally. It gives your dudes haste. Seems pretty nice to me. Alright, what's in here? Surprisingly, this is not an ally, even though you'd think it would be. Ugin's Insight is great. Scry X, where X is the highest converted mana cost among permanents you control, then draw 3 cards. So, even if you don't even have any permanents on the battlefield, you still draw 3 cards for 5 mana. Perfectly fine. Ally-wise, we have Shatter Skull Recruit here. We also have a removal spell in Outnumber. The Red Retreat is not the one you want to take in this type of deck, necessarily. I think this is an ally, but that's not the ally that we're looking for. The Nirkana Assassin's better in like the black-white life gain allies deck, whereas I'm probably going to try to avoid the black and then build more of the red-white allies. I'm actually going to go ahead and just take the Invoker here. It's not an ally, but it's a 2/3 for 3, which is fine stats in this format, and late game it just completely owns. I think that's a pretty good pick. Okay. I'm going to try this Unified Front out. I don't know how to rate this card yet. I have a... if I'm going to go in on the ally plan, then I think this is a card I want to try out, especially if I'm playing, multiple colors. Infuse the Elements is very good. Converge. Put X 1/1 counters on target creature, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast Infuse with the elements. That creature gains trample until end of turn. 4 mana instant. So pretty good combat trick either way. But I'm gonna just take the ally card here. No fixing in that pack. There is an Evolving Wilds here for us, which is really nice. Again, we're looking for fixing and sweet allies. Speaking of sweet allies, Zulaport Cutthroat is an ally. 1/1, whenever Zulaport Cutthroat or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Well, I said I didn't want to go into black, but this card is pretty awesome. Any of these type of effects, like Blood Artist type effects, are always highly underrated and very, very good. But I think I probably should take the Evolving Wilds here. It's close, though. The thing is, I want to keep taking allies just for the fun factor. I think we'll go ahead and do that. Evolving Wilds was probably a better pick, but oh well. Oh wow, this is a great pack for the Devoid deck. Processor Assault, Ulamog's Nullifiers, great. Infiltrator I think is very, very good. Just because it has Ingest, so you can enable all of the process effects. Here for us, though, we have like a Lithomancer's Focus, Giant Mantis, maybe even an Anticipate. Probably going to take the Focus here. It's just a nice trick, and it can save some of your important allies. Alright, not a very impressive pack. I don't want to take lands like Blighted Cataract because we're playing so many colors. As it stands, we're probably going to be running 18 lands. That's like the norm for this format. What is Fertile Thicket? This finds a basic, right? You may look at the top 5 cards of your library. If you do, reveal up to 1 basic land. Put that on top. Okay, I'll take the Fertile Thicket here. It's kind of fixing. It's green that can help us find a different color. Wow, Royal Spout came back, which is kind of gross. This card's very good, but it is 2 colors, which is kind of understandable why it might keep going this late. Natural Connection is great for us. Finds our different colors. Tajuru Beastmaster is an ally that's surprisingly very, very good. Maybe unsurprisingly. So, fixing or Beastmaster? I think here I'll take the Natural Connection just for more fixing. We can pick some of these guys up later, and I'd rather get the fixing first, just in case. I think Mist Intruder is also another very good card for the Devoid deck. Seems like the blue Devoid deck, the blue Eldrazi deck is open, but I'm already in on the ally plan. Cliffside Lookout is not the ally that you're looking for, unfortunately. I think we'll just take another Valakut Invoker here. Either that or hate on the Mist Intruder. I'm actually fine hating on the Mist Intruder. Card's annoying to play against. Alright, Claustria Nightwatch is in fact an ally, but I don't think we're going to play it again. That's better in the black-white life gain allies. Tandem Tactics is okay, though. We might consider playing that. Wow, I am super surprised Infuse with the Elements came back. That's a great card for us. If we're going to be playing 3+ colors, this card is going to be a blowout. Alright, some last random packs. So the first pack went okay. We did pick up some fixing. Natural Connection, Nissa's Renewal, Fertile Thicket is sort of fixing. I passed multiple Evolving Wilds, though, which is the only issue that I have. But we have a lot of sweet allies, too. We have the Blademaster, the Chasm Guide. The Cutthroat is also sweet. I think we're looking to lower our curve predominantly and just pick up more fixing in the next few packs, but so far so good. Okay. Well, again with the sweet Eldrazi cards. Could still just take this as a colorless creature for sure. Conduit of Ruin, 5/5 for 6 when it enters the... Oh, when you cast it, so even better. It doesn't even have to resolve. When you cast it, you may search your library for a colorless creature card with converted mana cost 7 or greater, reveal it, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. And the first creature spell you cast each turn costs 2 colorless less. I'm going to probably ignore that. The thing is, it's a 6 mana 5/5, yes. I'm probably not going to have any Eldrazi that costs 7 or more in my deck because I'm going to go hard on the allies. So I'm going to take the Expedition Envoy here. It may seem weird. I'm taking a 1-white 2/1 ally in a multicolor deck, but I really want to try this out. The other thing is I could take Evolving Wilds here and try to wield the Envoy and maybe that's the safer thing. We can also wheel the Beastmaster. Actually, yeah, let's go with that. Let's take the Evolving Wilds here and wheel the Beastmaster. Wow, Emeria Shepherd. What else do we have here? Oh, we have a Retreat to Emeria. That's a good one. Put a 1/1 white core ally token onto the battlefield when you landfall, or creatures you can control get +1/+1 until end of turn. That's also very good. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may return target non-land permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. If that land is a plains, you may return it to the battlefield instead. That's definitely a bomb. I'd love to take Retreat to Emeria here, though. Yeah, again, I'm just going to go full-on allies and ignore other things. Like, we're passing Sheer Drop, but we're just testing out the format. We're having some fun. A second Emeria Shepherd. Okay, well, maybe I have to take that one now. There are no allies in this pack, so now I don't feel as bad. Wow, and a Felidar Sovereign. Jeez, white is just super open. There's a Colostria Healer in this pack, but definitely not going to pass up on the Sovereign. Okay, well, apparently I'm drafting ally bombs. Some more sweet cards, Void Attendant, Whiptail's fine, some more fixing, Beastmaster. After getting these two huge, expensive, heavy drops, and man, wishing I had taken that other Shepherd now, I'm going to take this Natural Connection, number 2. Our deck looks sweet. It's very possible that I end up just green-white splashing red, cutting the Cutthroat, splashing like the Blademaster, and ignoring like the Invoker and the Chasm Guide, and just going green-white value allies with, you know, top-end bombs. We'll have to see. We still have quite a bit of time. This is halfway through pack 2. Alright, next pack for us has Call the Scions and an Undo Champion. I don't want to take a double red ally here. That's a little bit too hard to cast, and Call of the Scions is perfectly fine for ramping purposes, even though it doesn't produce allies. Okay, we do have another double red ally in this pack in the Shattered Skull Recruit. I guess I could take him. There's nothing else for us in this pack. Like Stone Fury is fine as well, but excuse me. I want to focus on the allies. Kind of awkward that I'm taking the double red recruit after passing the Undo Champion, or whatever he's called. Some sweet cards left in this pack. Thrall, Geopete, Mantis, Druid. I'm gonna take the Druid here just for the fixing. I think it's probably a little bit too important that we take more fixing now. So a lot of the allied decks I've been playing against have just ran perfectly with their mana. Like on turn 5, they just have 4 of their colors, and I'm like, come on! You didn't even play any fixing. So hopefully we can run just as well. Do need to take some more creatures, though, at this point. 8 creatures to 16 spells, and, like, again, I'm probably cutting this Cutthroat. But we'll see. I don't have anywhere near enough low drops. Definitely going to need to pick up some more as the draft progresses. Alrighty, so another good pack for us. Makindi Patrol, Natural Connection, Beastmaster. Do I want to take the 3-drop or the 6-drop? I think we've seen so many of these 6-drops that I'm just going to take the 3-drop here. Lower our curve and plan on getting a Beastmaster later. Alright, another Lifespring Druid is probably okay. My curve effectively starts at 3. Which is kind of an issue, but again, we're ramping into big, sweet things, so hopefully that's not an issue. Yeah, definitely need more 2s. Maybe I do run this Felidar Club, just not Club. Cub is just a 2-drop. We'll see. Another Fertile Thicket here already. Rush of Ice, I guess. I mean, this is pseudo-playable, I guess, in our deck. Creatures your opponents control get -X/-O until end of turn, where X is the number of colors of mana spent to cast it, and then you draw a card. Again, I don't want to be playing the Cataract. I need too many colors, so probably avoid that. Plus, I don't even have any blue cards. Alright, pack 3, and we opened a Gruesome Slaughter. Until end of turn, colorless creatures you control gain tap. This creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Seems sweet in the Devoid deck, but we opened a pretty nice set of allies here. Both Skyrider Elf and Firemantle Mage are great, and there's also a Claustra Healer here as well. I don't have any blue cards yet, but Skyrider Elf is definitely an ally that you would like to take. But I think the Firemantle Mage is a little bit better here for us. This card is great. Whenever you play an ally, your creature's gaining menace is actually very, very huge. And in conjunction with like Retreat to Emeria, you can just win the game out of nowhere. Hopefully we can wheel something there. Wow, another great ally here for us. Tajuru Warcaller, 2/1 for 5. Terrible stats on its own, but whenever it or another ally enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. There's also a Woodland Wanderer here. Haven't had a chance to play with this, but in our deck, this has the potential to be huge. Like at the very minimum, this is a 3/3 Vigilance Trample. And that's only if you spend just green mana on it. You spend green and white, it's a 4/4 Vigilance Trample for 4, and it just gets better and better. But I think we got to take the Warcaller here and hope that we wheel these Invokers or some 2-drops, because again, our curve is a bit too high for my taste. Wow, another great card. Windrider Patrol is one of the best uncommons. Sky Spawner might just be the best common. In fact, there's no allies in this pack. There are no allies. I might just hate on the Windrider, because I'm not going to play anything out of this pack. I don't want to take the Brood Hunter. I guess Seek the Wilds? I guess I'm taking Seek the Wilds. It's playable. I hate passing this card. It does so much work, and I hate passing this card too, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Probably cry about it. It's okay, though. If we can just survive till mid to late game, I think we have a good chance, but right now, our 1 and 2 drop slot, quite lacking. Quite lacking. Okay, here we have an Eyeless Watcher, Oran-Rief Invoker, which is going to be my pick because I want 2 drops. There's also an Ulamog's Despoiler here, but yeah, I need to start taking every 2-drop. I know I've been mentioning that before and not doing it, but I think now we need to. Pick 5 here in pack 3. Oh wow, some more awesome Devoid cards. I think Vile Aggregate is one of the best. One of the best for that deck. 3 mana for a 1/5 Devoid, Trample, Ingest, and then it just gets bigger and bigger the more colorless creatures you play. But I didn't actually realize Sylvan Scrying was in this format. This is the first time I've ever seen it. Search your library for a land card, reveal it, put it in your hand. Seems good when I'm playing 3+ colors. Also gives me another thing to do on turn 2. Jeez, the Devoid deck was huge. There's a Beastmaster here. There's also a removal spell. I don't think I have much removal at this point, but I'm still lacking on creatures somewhat. Just going to take the Beastmaster here now. Expedition Envoy is fine. Again, more sweet Devoid cards. That's my favorite thing to draft in this format, red-blue. But for test purposes, I forced the allies here. We make a cut at this point. I think we can get away with 17 lands. We have double Lifespring Druid, double Connection, Seek the Wild, Sylvan Scrying, double Fertile Thicket. Probably cutting a non-creature spell. Might just be Call to Scions. I don't really need Eldrazi Spawn in this deck. The deck doesn't look bad. It looks a little bit janky, but not bad. I really wish these were allies. We do have some of the best allies in the format, though. Again, Warcaller is great. Blademaster is great. I haven't seen too many Stalwarts. I'm surprised. Happy to get one here. Need to make another cut again. It might just be Seek the Wilds this time. Or maybe Lithomancer's Focus. I do like this as a combat trick for sure, but sometimes you just don't have room for it. Yay, we did it. We wheeled the Skyrider Elf, which means I'm going to put one island in my deck. Card is awesome. Adding an island to my deck also helps a lot of the other cards, like the Stalwart and the Infuse the Elements. And I have like double connection, like my fixing is great. I think this deck is sweet. Maybe cut the Invoker now. It's so hard for me to cut Invoker, but it's not an ally, and well, that's all I have to say. It's not an ally. This card is very good though. Single-handedly wins games. If you guys ever had a chance to play with all of the Invokers back in the Rise of the Eldrazi block, you might know how good they are. Wow, another 2-drop wheeled. Happy about that. This is an ally, and I am running blue now, but I think since green is our main, we'd rather just have this. It's more likely we cast the Invoker on turn 2 than the Coral guy on turn 2, when I'm only running one island. But I'm going to run like 8 forests. I need another cut now. Yeah, it's probably just the Envoy. As good as this isn't, yeah, it's just not. It's just not good. If you're the aggressive 2-color ally deck, sure, absolutely, but this is not the deck for that. Man, scary cards all around. The Devoid. Another card which I think is underrated. Silent Skimmer. 1 black, 3 colorless. For an 0/4 Devoid flying, whenever it attacks, defending player loses 2 life. So it doesn't even have to connect. It's just on attack, which is sweet. Ah, an inspiring charge. For the lands you have lost and the beauty that remains. For freedom in the future, we must hold nothing back. I don't know why I did that. It's because I'm cool. That's the answer. That's what I'm going with. Obviously going to take the full art land here over the Dutiful Return, because that's how cool I am. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say this is probably like a 6. We have a lot of fixing though, maybe a 7, and like some really powerful cards, so would not be surprised to get there. Luckily, like I mentioned before, this is Swiss, so we are going to get to play all 3 rounds, win or lose. Hopefully win, but maybe lose. And yeah, all we have to do is add our lands now. So we're going to get the Fertile Thickets in, the Evolving Wilds in. I mean, actually, I don't really need these Fertile Thickets with as much fixing as I have already. And this only gets lands. Oh, basic lands, too. You know what? I think I might just cut the Fertile Thickets. I'll add 1. I'm not going to run 2. The top lands are actually a real setback. So 1 island. Ooh, that double red actually on the Shatter Skull Recruit is awkward. Huh. Actually, okay. So let's cut the Recruit because it's double red. And I will add the Envoy back in. White's going to be our second most played color anyway, so I think that's fine. Invoker also a decent choice. That way I don't have to run that much red at all. Yeah, 2 mountains seems fine. Let's see. 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17. We probably want to go like 5 plains. I might even be able to get away with 1 red, honestly. Because we have Mountain, Evolving Wilds, Seek the Wilds, Sylvan Scrying, double Lifespring Druid, double Connect. Yeah, okay. I think we can get away pretty easily with just 1 red source and 1 blue source, because we have so much fixing. And we want the plains for Emeria Shepherd. I think that actually looks really good. Okay. Let's ship this and bring it back for round 1. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you for watching Drafting with Numot. If you haven't already subscribed to Gathering Magic, you can do so to receive news of upcoming videos and discover new content. You can also check out our playlist that contains every episode of Drafting with Numot. And don't forget, you can easily watch the next video by clicking on the annotation on screen or a direct link in the video's description box. And as always, thanks for watching.